Hi guys, Will just in time. Been a while since I've done a video, so I'm gonna do this one on my phone and we'll see how it goes. Lighting may not be very good, may go kind of flickering in and out because I'm just using the natural lighting of my home, so I do apologize for that. Today we're gonna talk about sheltering in and distancing, and I've been talking about this ever since I've gotten out of the hospital, and I guess it's because it must mean pretty much to me because of my son. So we're just going to talk about it, and then whatever comments you guys might have, make sure that you're leaving them down in the comment section. You guys know the drill, I don't have to tell you. So let's see. Let's talk about sheltering in place first. I believe that no matter whether you believe the virus is a big deal or not a big deal, that has nothing to do with what you should be doing as to whatever your local government or even the federal government may be telling you to do, you know. To me, it means that no matter whether during your course of your life you are either a rule follower or somebody that sort of bends the rules, you know. So it doesn't really matter either way, but this is one time that we all have to be rule followers. As you guys know, I'm a prepper, whatever you want to call me. And I myself have stuff put away to take care of my family and myself for different variations of SHTF. But sometimes war of all wars isn't for any of those things. It's for something that we can't see. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And in order for us to win this war, we have to be thinking outside the box. Outside the box, you guys. It means doing things that we normally wouldn't do, you know. Like staying home from work if you don't have to go. I mean, I can't do anything about some things, you know. Like my son, he goes out and goes to work. But he's in the business of making sure people get what they need every day. He works in retail, and he works in a very small store, and he works in a local store in my neighborhood. And you know, he could stay home every day. He could. He's only 20. He doesn't know jack crap, you know. But you know, he chooses to go out and face those people every day, put his distance between them, and make sure that they can get a few items of what they might need to be able to shelter in and have a comfortable day, so to speak. So, you know, these are things that we need to think about, you know. Doesn't matter what you think. Really doesn't matter what you think. Whether you think it's a hoax, whether you think it's no worse than any other flu, whether you just don't believe in it, that you don't believe in it really happening, you know, you're denying yourself or whatever. You just have to go with it. Go with it like everybody else. And if every one of us do the same thing, we tell somebody else the same thing. No matter what you believe, do it. No matter what you believe, do it. You keep telling people down the line, everybody will get the word. You know, it doesn't really try to make it so that I can explain myself to you guys, because I myself thought maybe, you know, it was not really what it was. I was in the hospital when everything really got crazy, and you know, I watched the hospital busy schedule, you know. And I would talk to the doctors and to the nurses, and they were all preparing for this big influx of people. You know, whether they believed in what was going on or not, they were preparing for it. So, you know, that's a big thing to me. If our health professionals are preparing for it, it must be some stock in it. Okay, so we got the sheltering. Let's shelter in place every day. You know, every day, sheltering in place. You know, I live in a very small town. My small town, even as small as it is, there is no movement, no unnecessary movement here. There's 12,000 people in my city. And regardless of the size of the city, people are actually heeding what the government and the health department is telling them. I live in a small city in the middle of the United States. I'm telling you, right in the middle. I live in Nebraska. Most of you guys know that. I mean, if you look at the map, it says only 1 to 400 people. But you know what? This small state in the middle of the United States, in the middle of nowhere, is preparing to hunker down and to make this thing pass. We as Americans can make it work. We are the strongest nation in the world. Regardless of all of our division, all of our disbeliefs, regardless of our friendships or non-friendships, we can make it work because we are America. All right, let's go. I'm getting carried away here. Let's go on to distancing. Distancing is pretty easy to do. I mean, I can do it. I live in a, you look at my house in the background. It's a pretty small house. I look this way, that way right there. I can see in the living room. It's not a big space. So it's pretty hard to distance, you know. But I have things like, you know, gloves, masks. My mask's in there, so I'm not going to go get it. But we have things that, while the people that live in my house, they have to go out and go to work still. It's not going to be for very much longer. They've already been told that they're going to be laid off here real soon. So I think my niece is going to be laid off after today, and then my girlfriend, she is going to be laid off sometime next week. And my son, he says his is day-to-day, because they all work in retail. The one works in hospitality, and the other two work in retail. So you can see that even though it's a small community, it's affecting us as well. So that spacing is going to be important, and that's where I wear my mask. When they go out to work and come back in, I usually have my mask on so that all those particles and stuff I cannot be inhaling them. And I try to keep my hands away from my face. That's another big part of it. If you're going to be around people that are affected, make sure that you're not touching your eyes, nose, mouth. You know, any of the droplets can get in there. So, you know, that's pretty much important also. And your social distancing is fine, you know. Go outside your house, get some exercise. Like here, you know, my son goes out and hangs out at in a parking lot down at the mall. That's where all the kids hang out. But guess what? They all hang out separate. He says they're all like 10 feet apart. They're still talking and conversing, but they're 10 feet apart, and they're all talking about what's going on too. So that's our young people, 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 21-year-olds. They all know what's going on too. So we as older Americans are not just the only stewards anymore. We are also the stewards to carry on to the millennials. The millennials are our future. And if we as older Americans, let's say, I'm going to say from 30 to 60 or 70, we should be the messengers to the millennials of the 20s, early 20s all the way to 30s, maybe even younger from 20 down to 12 or something like that, and then the 12s carry on from 12 to whatever. Because we know now that there's been cases of younger people. I've heard of 8 months old, 5 years old, young people getting the darn virus. Don't think that you're not going to be affected by it. Every American is going to be affected by it one way or the other. So you guys need to really pull together. We as Americans, the prepping community has actually really pulled together. I mean, on the platform that we communicate from, I have seen great solidarity. But at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, I still see individuals trying to pull us apart or keep us divided. So to the people that are trying to pull us apart or keep us divided, or finding ways of keeping everybody stirred up, to you, I'm asking you guys, cut it out. Cut it out. It's not any longer right now. It's not Democrat. It's not Republican. It's not independent. It's not anything like that. It is a silent war on every American, no matter what you are. No matter whether you're independent or Republican. It's on all of us. It can get to all of us. So why blame it on the Democrats? Why? So you can make yourself look good? Look there, I call that bull. Anybody blaming anything on the Democrats, or any Democrats blaming it on the Republicans, you know, cut it out. That's not where we're at right now. There's plenty of time for that. But right now is not the time. So, you know, I still see that going on, and that's bullshit. Excuse my French. It's just plain up bullshit, because we have other things to worry about than to worry about that crap. So that's my thing on that. And you know what? There's plenty of time for it. I usually don't say too much, but you know, I'm still seeing it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So keep out there, shelter in place. Love thy neighbor. Love thy Democrat. Love thy Republican. Come on, pull together. Shelter in place. Show your distance. Help your neighbor. Help your neighbor's neighbor. If they can't feed themselves, help them out. Oh man, I'm getting way too far into this. Okay, I'm going to kind of stop right here. You guys can see where I'm going. If you look at my calendar up there, there's the love thy neighbor. That's a little heart thing. Keep your distance. Love thy neighbor. Cut it out about the Democrats and Republicans. It's bullshit. Excuse my French. Anyway, I love each and every one of you, and I ranted way too much, but this is my first video for a while, and leave your comments, tell me what you guys think. I don't do this much, but it kind of worked out, I guess. Anyway, God bless you guys. You guys really be safe out there. I mean it. I want you guys to distance, shelter in. Get your exercise and love one another. Till next time, you guys. Thanks for watching.